Life's a mystery, my friend. Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. One wrong turn has led me here. I'll ride this storm and bury all my fears. I'll ride this storm and never show my fear. 'Cause I live my life in the faster lane. Now I'm walking in the slower lane. But that's alright, 'cause I'm alright with me.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you guys know, I have been absent and I had not uploaded a video. And that was because I had some health issues going on and I was unable to do any kind of filmings. So I am back and I am ready to continue with my story and share with you what else happened throughout my journey. When I opened my eyes, I just saw machines and doctors everywhere. There was like just a lot of people in the room. They were just coming in and out of the room. I do remember, just seeing a lot of movement. When I arrived at the hospital, I would kind of black out and then just come back. I don't know if that was just because of the bleeding that I was having in the brain. Yeah, so that what was going on. So right now I am going to talk more about day one, the day that I got to the hospital. And the majority or most of what I am going to talk about, this information was given to me from my husband, my daughter, and some family members, because I just don't remember anything that happened afterwards. And they were treating me as if I was having a stroke. So the paramedics and the nurses, everybody were treating me as if I was having a stroke. They really didn't know based off of the symptoms my husband and my daughter told them I was having. They really couldn't know, so they started treating me as a stroke, and they were able to stabilize me. Once I was stabilized, my husband and my daughter were telling me that they had like a neurosurgeon that was on a computer talking to me. And obviously I don't remember what the neurosurgeons spoke to me, but it was like, my husband says it was like a robot type thing. Like there's a computer, there's a neurosurgeon behind, and he's giving instructions to the nurses and to the paramedics and the doctors. Everybody who was there, they're giving them instructions as to what to do. Why was I speaking to a neurosurgeon that was behind a computer? Well, at the hospital where they took me, they do not have any neurosurgeons. They don't specialize on that. So, because they couldn't figure out what was going on with me, they did bring this other person. So I really can't tell you exactly what the neurosurgeon said because I don't remember. But they ran a couple of tests on me. I had an MRI done and a CAT scan done. And when they did that, it showed like signs of something that was not right. So when they got the results and they told me, all they said was that I had to be transferred immediately to another hospital. I had to be transferred to the ORMC hospital here in Florida. So that hospital had the neurosurgeons that, specialize on anything that has to do with the brain. Okay, So I needed to be transferred immediately. So they got us on an ambulance. Well, they got me on the ambulance, and my husband says that he went in the front with the driver. And by then, my daughter and my son were following. Of course, they were panicked and very, very nervous because they had no clue what was going on with me, and they were very scared as well. Before, let me just give a very big thanks to the paramedics and to the people in the ambulance that took really good care of me. They were really nice, and they were really awesome. They ensured that I was always stable, and also they made sure that my kids who were coming in their own vehicles were following us. They didn't want to lose them anywhere because we wanted to get all together to the hospital. Okay, so I am at the hospital and I am stable, and the doctors at that hospital, or the neurosurgeons, decide that they wanted to have an MRI from me and a CAT scan, because that way they could determine what was going on. Well, they discovered that I had an AVM, an arteriovenous malformation, and it was bleeding. That's all they knew. They didn't know the size of the AVM or like that. They didn't give me none of that information. The only thing that they did tell me was that it was on the left parietal lobe, like in the back area of my left side. So okay, so they ran the test and everything, and then, you know, they waited till the following morning. First thing in the morning, the doctor ordered an angiogram. So this was Wednesday morning. They ordered an angiogram. An angiogram is a catheter that goes in through the groin all the way up. It goes like through the vein all the way up to my brain. And then they throw like a dye. They put a dye there, and that dye will give them exactly the location and the size of the AVM and how bad the bleeding is, or like it's just a better picture of everything. I do remember that. I do remember they had me on a bed, and the room was like very scary. It was like just everything was white in there. Everything was super white, and it was super like cold. They were talking to me all the time, and as they were, I guess, doing the test, all of a sudden they put me like a laughing gas or something that I knocked out, and when I woke up again, I was in the room, and just talking a bunch of nonsense. That Wednesday, once the doctors saw the results and everything, they went to go talk to my husband, and they explained to him exactly what I had. The AVM that I had was a 1.5 centimeters big. I kind of I asked them how big it was, but they just said like a circle. I don't know, maybe like that big. I don't know. And it was on my left backside. So my husband says that I was asking so many questions. Like, I wanted to know why. I just kept repeating myself. Why did this happen? What caused it? What could have caused it? If I was gonna die, if I was going to lose my hair, if I was going to, I was just asking so many questions because I really didn't understand what was going on. My husband says, like, I was there, like I was conscious. No, I was unconscious, but my subconscious was awake. And that was the part that was, I guess, talking, because I really don't remember. Anyways, the doctors went in, and after telling us what I had, they gave my husband 3 options. There was 3 options, and the first one was radiation. They said they could do radiation, but the radiation would not take effect until like maybe a year and a half later. So he really didn't think that was a very good option, because I was going to have to be on radiation for a long time, but again, the effect wasn't going to be until later. Of course, everything he did was thinking the best interest of me and my children and my family. Every decision that he had to make, or every decision that, you know, they had to make, was always thinking on the best for me. The second option was putting cement in the veins, like kind of like blocking them. Like they would go in and just like throw some cement, I guess, in the veins, and that would kind of just like block everything. They would inject everything in, and according to them, it wouldn't rupture like more or anything like that. It would just stay like that. But there was no guarantee that in the future I would have another rupture, and it could be worse than this one. So the third option was surgery, removing the whole AVM, everything. Of course, every surgery has its pros and its cons. Every surgery has its risks. This was not an easy surgery. This was not an easy decision for them to make. It was a very hard one. We really didn't give them an answer until Thursday. I needed a whole day. And every time the doctor came in, I was just, again, repeating myself and asking him why. Why did this happen? The doctor really couldn't answer my questions, because he just told me that it was not hereditary, that I could have been born with it and just grew with it, and then it was just time, it was like a ticking bomb and it just ruptured. Or I don't know, they never told me. Maybe stress? I don't know. I always thought it was like the stress, but who knows? I guess that's just going to be an unsolved mystery or an unsolved question, because till this day, they really can't tell me why it ruptured. I want to say thank you to everyone who is watching and following me with my journey and my story. This process, like I have mentioned before, it is very hard for me. It's very difficult for me to talk about this, especially because when you don't really remember things, you're like, okay, so I have to be pulling information from here and there and everywhere. But I do want to share this with you. So I want to thank each and every one of you for watching my video, and I will be making another video where I will be talking a little bit more of the day of the surgery, the people who were there with me, giving me their support. And there was a lot of people. I really didn't know I had too much friends and family, but they were there. And I also will talk about the day after the surgery when I opened my eyes. So see you next time. Don't forget to like my video and share and comment anything you would like to know. Please comment on my videos. I really would love for you to comment, and that way I could reply back to you. That makes me really happy. So thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
'Cause I live my life in the faster lane. Now I'm walking in the slower lane, but that's alright, 'cause I'm alright with me.